Hello everyone, my name is SiC, welcome back to Factorio. Today I think it's about time that we start putting down some walls. I grabbed a bunch, we have about 1500. I'll just put them in my quick slot right there, and then we're going to go ahead and drive out and build a wall right about here. And we're going to connect up these cliffs so that we can have a wall here. And then I guess we're going to take out these biters. And then we're going to build a wall there. And then maybe we're going to kill all of these nests so that these will not expand anymore. And then we will have our entire island to ourselves. And then we're going to have to set up trains. A train that goes over here, goes over here, and goes over here to drop ammo at the walls. So we're going to have to make turrets. So that's actually a thing we need to automate. That is something we should do right now before we go anywhere else. This one is expensive though. Look at that. 20 iron plates, 10 copper plates, and 10 iron gear wheels. Luckily though, we have assembling machine 2 set up right now. So that is definitely something that we want to grab because it will be faster than the regular assembling machines. But yeah, right, we know what I want to do, but we also need to work on our on our production, because we need to back up those walls with gun turrets. So iron plates, copper plates, and iron gear wheels. You know what, we can make that over here. That would be pretty good. We don't need a ton of these, I don't think. So if we just build a little set of 5 here. I built 10 of these, but we don't really need all of that. This can produce more than enough. Alright, so we're going to need some splitters. This is also stuff we need to automate, the underground belts and the splitters. That is also something that I'm going to really need. Alright, let's see, we're going to have this one go over here. And then we have to put an underground belt right about there, I guess. So we can put a splitter there. I will move that one over here. Maybe actually go up over there like that. And that is 2 out of the 3 ingredients. So then we need copper plates. So let's see, we need to have 1 belt like so. Nice, and then we'll, yeah, I can actually, I don't know why I haven't done this yet, but I can grab some of these arms over here. And then we'll set this up. And with that, we now have turret production up and running. We should actually put down a tag on the map for that as well. Down here. And then we should research something new. You know what? Lab research speed. It's pretty good. Can definitely use that. Alright, but now I am pretty full. So we are going to go ahead and drive over towards this direction and set up our first wall. Now this is always the tedious part, and I carefully selected this map so that we can have as little trouble with this as possible. We don't need to spend tons of time, because I always hate building these walls. So I'm just going to create 3 choke points, and that should last us until very late in the game, I think. Maybe every once in a while we'll have to make an outpost, and we can deal with it then, and that's not going to be a problem. Alright, so we are here. Let's start building. Alright, lab research speed is done. Let's do the next one. And then meanwhile, we are building another wall. It's super fun. It's really not, but it's absolutely necessary. Alright, so we are now walling off this area. We can wall off right here as well, I suppose. so that we don't have to deal with those bitiness for a little while. And of course, everywhere we want double walls. Crap. All the walls are now finished. We have double walls over here everywhere. I cordoned off this area and we have a wall over here as well as over there. Now we know that all of this is a dead end. So all we need to do now is we need to go bug hunting within the walls and kill all of these things. And we will be good to go. We will only have to defend these walls. So we can start running some rails out all over the place. And I think we're going to start doing that now. And this is a time-consuming process. So what we need to do is we need to run rails all along here in a big circle, basically. We need to run electricity to all of these places, which I, for the most part, already did. We see these blue dots, those are electricity poles. And we have them in most locations now. So we have some power that we can draw from. We need to make sure that we have the ammo production be loaded up into the trains, and then we need to distribute them across gun turrets, which we also need to build. So all of that is going to take some time, unfortunately. But I always enjoy building trains, so that is one plus at least. Just need to know how we are going to connect to this. So let's see, we are going to start building the train up here. I'm going to run it all the way up here, down here, through here, all the way around, I guess. Yep, so let's get started on that. Man, so much work, but we have a train station up and running. Right now it's called Glubo, but we are going to call this ammo pickup. Right, look at that. Like, this whole gray line is the train rail that I built. It's going all the way around, and now we need to build some train stations. We have one rail station over here, and we have these signals. And I need to space these signals out along the whole track as well. But we're going to do that another time. For now, I'm going to go ahead and drive in the direction where I want our ammo drop-off points to be. And we're going to make a little train station there. Right, like over here would be good. And this thing takes one hell of a long time to slow down. That is crazy. All right, so what do we do here? I guess we could go straight along this side just to keep things easy. And then we'll just put it back onto the main track over here. Of course, as always, we need to get rid of some trees, which is super annoying. I've been able to make it work with grenades for a large part, which is really great. Alright, so what we need to do here is we need to have real chain signals on the side where the train comes in, and we need to have real signals on where the train goes out, so past this intersection. We can then make a train stop right there, and we're going to put this, or we're going to name this ammo input 1. Right, and of course we are going to have to bring some power over here, but we are going to have to put some of these things down, like the medium poles. We'll have this thing going down, and I guess, yeah, that one hooks up. That is nice. So we have power here now, and of course we need to have really fast loading and unloading. Apparently that is not entirely hooked up, and that makes sense because of the way I did things. I wanted to have, like, I have these big electrical poles going down here, then I wanted small poles along the wall and then to connect over here. So it is not properly connected as of right now. That's fine. That is fine, we will deal with that later. Alright, so we're going to put in a few of these. And of course here we have the exits and the entrance, so we put a real signal there. And now we have a little station. And of course I would like to have some radars everywhere, since we don't have radars here. Yeah, let's put it down over by the railroad tracks here, I guess. Man, come on. Alright. We'll make 6 more of these, and then, yeah, we'll keep going along the tracks, making little stations like this. We now have stations set up so that we can unload ammo. All of these inserters have been, or have received a filter. And I just realized that now these guys are still holding on to turrets, which is not what I wanted. Because, yeah, I filled this thing with turrets so I can easily start building turrets along my walls here. And I did not mean for them to be unloaded, so I set filters on all of these things, but then I forgot to grab these out of the inserter arms. So, a little bit unfortunate, but we're going to fix that later. For now though, we have a train and it is being loaded up with ammo as we speak. But what we also need is we need a refueling station. So I was thinking of making that, yeah, somewhere around here where we have a bit of an open space. We need to bring coal up there, and then we can have one train basically grab coal from somewhere, bring it over, and use that one to refuel all of the other train stations or refueling stations. So we're going to go ahead and set that up before we start to have any trains running automatically anywhere. Right, so we're just going to grab essentially a rail, and we're going to bend it off like that. I don't know if this is as, yeah, like we'll make it long enough just to make sure. Right. And we're going to go ahead and, I don't know how far I want to run this out, but we want to have several stations. I might as well bring it over and connect it up to this existing track. Yeah, and we're going to have to get rid of some trees once again. But that is fine. Right, we're going to go down and then we'll join these together like so. And of course we will need chain signals towards the entrance and a regular real signal to go out, and we will have an intersection where trains will not run into each other. Now we are going to have to bring a lot of train tracks in between here, up and down, and then we're going to make little intersections for all of those, and then we're going to be putting train stops everywhere as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you'll see me in just a second. And just like that, we have a bunch of train stations. Now this took no time for you, but it took me, oh man, that's probably like 45 minutes to set this all up. But it sets me up really nicely for the future. So what is happening here is when we look at the map, we have a train refuel input station. And this is going to be the train that is going to be picking up, basically is going to be picking up coal from around the map. It's going to be bringing it here, and then it's going to be divided in this station across like 6 different refueling stations. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. And all this does is basically all of these refueling stations are going to be part of our regular trains. They're going to have what is called an interrupt, and that interrupt is going to go into effect when the train reaches below a certain fuel level, and then it's going to ignore its regular route and it's going to reroute it to a refueling station. So it's going to dock in one of these 6 places. It's going to be filled with coal or whatever fuel I will put in here, and then it is going to go back to its regular route. So by having a bunch of refueling stations in a row, in addition to having real signals here, so that we can dock multiple stations. So we have 6 stations. Each one of these stations can hold 1 train. We can have 1 train in this block, and we can have 1 train in this block. So this particular thing can support 18 trains at one time, which I think is sufficient. I would hope so, at least. For a long time, it's going to be sufficient. But what I need to do now is I need to set up a mining station, I think, just to get some coal from a different location. And it just so happens that we have a patch of coal right there. So we can do a station here as well. We're going to maybe like make a station right there, and that is going to be the coal pickup station. Yeah. That train is going to go there, so we just need to make sure that this train can exit over here, like so, I guess. Then of course this one is now in the wrong position. It needs to be here, and we need to have one there. And then we're going to set up a little station here. We're going to set up the coal mining, and then I'll be right back. Alright, we've set up a little train station here, and it is time for us to set up the stations for this train. So this one is going to go to the coal outpost. There it is going to wait until it has either a full cargo, it has either waited for, or 30 seconds have passed, or maybe I can make this a little bit longer. We can turn this into, let's say 60. Or we have had inactivity for more than 5 seconds. So we need to set this to OR so that all of these conditions are checked. Otherwise it's going to wait for all of them to be checked. No, we don't want that. So then it's going to go towards the train refuel input, and there it is going to wait until it has either an empty cargo, or we could do item count in the cargo, and we can have a look at coal. Actually, we don't need to wait for empty cargo then. We just need to wait for coal to be less than, let's say, 200. And then it's going to wait in that station until we have less than 200 cargo of coal. And then it's going to go back here to load back up. This one is not going to need any interrupts. So we're going to set this one to automatic. Right now you can see it is going to go over here because that is the first coal outpost, and it has no faster way of getting there, so we're going to go the long way around. But that's absolutely fine. We can go past our ammo pickup, we can jump out there, and then yeah, we can set up that train. So that train is now running completely automatically. Now this one we are going to have to design an interrupt. And what we're going to have to do is we need to make a new interrupt. Add interrupts. Okay, so give the name refueling. So we have some conditions. We do not need this to allow interrupting other interrupts. What we're going to do is we're going to do a where is it? There's a fuel for any locomotive. The fuel is going to be coal, and when it has less than 50, we're going to send it to a refueling station, and there it is going to wait for just some time, and we are going to have it wait for about 15 seconds. We're going to save that interrupt, and this should be okay, just like that. Now you can see it is going to go, it has a temporary station, it is going to go towards a refueling station, but because it doesn't have anywhere else to go after this, it's not going to do anything. So we're going to add ammo input 1, we're going to add ammo input 2, and then we're going to add another station which is going to be ammo input 3, and now it is going to continue, and after that is going to go towards ammo pickup. So for the ammo pickup it's going to be pretty easy. We are going to have full cargo, and what else do we need? Time passed is not necessarily something we need, so I think we're just going to have it wait here until it has a full cargo inventory, which it does not have quite yet, I think. No, because we would need to have more gun turrets, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Alright, hold on, what is... Right, now we are in remote view, we can enter the train. I think this is going to be fine. So ammo inputs, what we are going to do is we're going to do an item count. And the item count there is going to be... it's going to be an ammo count. So we have 3.3 cargo in the inventory, and it is going to leave here once it has less than 3000. We're going to do the same thing over here. Cargo, I am blind right now, I don't know. Why do I not see this? Item count. Yeah, okay, I'm looking for a different thing. Different name. That is a bit weird. Alright, here it's going to wait until it has less than 2000. There we go. And there it is going to go and wait until it has less than 1000. And do we need anything else? Inactivity, I guess. So if nothing has happened for a while, it is going to continue, because that means that that particular station is full, right? So we don't need to do anything there. Right, we have full... Right, why is it not going anywhere? I wonder. Because now it should go, it's automatic, and this should work. It's been a little while since I set up this whole system in the other map that I was playing, so it's going to take a little while just to have a look at things. Right, so we are unloading, there is activity, and this train is going to keep waiting here until we have less than 3000. which should be easily achievable in a few more seconds. And when that happens, yes, now we have less than 3000, we are at 2.9k. It's going to go towards the next station, which is ammo input 2. Right, and it is going to unload here as well until we have less than 2k. And this is going to take a little bit longer because we don't have the bulk inserters or whatever they're called right now. We haven't even unlocked them yet, and that reminds me, we're not researching anything. Let's research fluid handling. Alright, well, I'm going to assume for now that this is working, and we'll continue. Fluid handling is finished researching, so we are going to do, I guess, oil gathering, because that is another thing that we need to set up for. But what I noticed, we are now, of course, mining from this coal patch that is producing pollution, and as a result, we now need turrets along this wall, because, yeah, we are going to be triggering these alien nests pretty soon. So I'm going to be setting up turrets, and that is just going to be the priority for right now. So let me just have a little design. We are going to have a turret. It is going to be spaced one away from the wall. Of course, we are going to need an inserter, and we are going to need the belt. Right, and we're going to then space out just these poles by their regular distances. Alright. So I need to split here just the one time. Just for convenience's sake. We're going to run this along the wall. And of course we're going to do this along all the walls, and we're going to feed all of these 3 walls that we have from the same train. Alright, so we are going to have 2 turrets per thing. Per pole, I should say. Not per thing, but per pole. That one is not going to quite fit. So I'm going to run out all of my inserters here. Just space them out like so. And then we're going to be placing turrets. And of course I need to hook up my ammo. So I'm going to do that here, and then you'll see me in just a second. And with that, the defenses on this side of the factory are taken care of. So we have a bunch of turrets all spaced out along this wall, along that wall, along this wall, and along this wall as well. Now we are going to have to build some radar towers because I need to be able to see this from the map. And right now we are not able to, but I don't have the materials in my pockets to do so. So that is going to happen another time. But yeah, it's going to take a little while for all of these turrets to receive the ammo, because all of them are going to want to have at least 10. So they're going to all basically empty this belt before we reach the end of it, which is also why I split this up into 2 directions, so that we have one belt going down to supply these 2 walls, and we have one belt going over to supply these 2 walls. So it's a little bit more fairly distributed. I also changed the schedule here just a little bit because I wanted to wait longer. I'm going to change this again in the future, but for now I just want this to be unloaded as quickly as possible. Right, and we don't need it at the other walls yet because we are not producing enough pollution to trigger these aliens. So for now all we need is this particular outpost to be up and running. But yeah, we need to make sure that this has enough materials to survive. Now we have 2 radar towers down here. I'm going to pick up one and I'm going to drop it off at the top. But for that for right now, I think this should be the end of the video, because I've been recording this across 2 days. I have no idea how much time this video is actually going to take up. So, yeah. See you for the next one. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know in the comments below if you did, and I'll see you for whatever video comes next.